Good afternoon. This is Ousmane Youm, Associate Broker, Keller Williams Lincoln, and I wanted to start a couple of series here. One is the process of home buying. So it's an interesting topic for many reasons. If you have bought a house, you've seen the process, what the implications. If you're looking to buy a house, you gotta understand what are all the steps. First of all, buying a house, you gotta make sure you look at some of these flowings. One is that, is it absolutely necessary that you want to get a house? In other words, are you ready? If you have to be ready, you have to look at a few things. One is you reach a point where you feel like, yes, this is time to get a house. Either you have been renting or staying with some relatives or parents, regardless what the situation is. When you decide it's time, it is time. But you're gonna have like a few steps. The first steps really is to make sure you are financially ready. If I say financially ready, that means you reach a point where you have find a home or something that you feel like you really like, you would be ready to say, yes, I have resources, financial resources to be able to make it happen. And it's very important. So the first step would be to look at, what do you have available at your level now, and what is the extra fund that you will need from a lender. And two steps, or identify your lender. Obviously, there's a number of lenders that are available. Some that we work with, some are that you can shop around or check with your existing lenders. But regardless, one thing is to make sure you review. I would say review your financial situation in a way that you'll have assets, things available for you when you're ready to purchase a house. You go a couple of steps. One is what I call is a pre-qualification or pre-approval. Either situation will be assessed from your lender, and obviously they're going to need a few things. Talk to your lender. You're going to need some verification of assets and what you have available. If you have to have like any collateral for getting a loan, what are those, and so on. So it's very important to have those. So once you got the lender, you chat with the lender, look at all the the options. The lender assess what you call the opportunities for you moving forward with pre-qualification or pre-approval. Then you can get a letter in your hands. Congratulations, we're glad to provide you with this letter to show that you are either pre-qualified or pre-approved to look for a home within this price range. So most of the time you can have the lender provide you with a loan amount for a purchase price not to exceed. So when you get that, that you know exactly what it is. The second step would be that you'll be looking at, obviously, doing it alone can be quite a hurdle. So hiring a professional, a broker or a realtor, sales, to be able to work with you hand in hand in a way that guide you through all the steps, from the beginning all the way to the what you call, from the time you start pre-qualification all the way to you close on a house and get your key. That professional will be able to work with you. So you look at, first of all, hiring a professional to work with you, and once you get that, you identify really what are the areas that you like to live in, whether it is a part of downtown, it is in a sort of on a farm, whether it's going to be in a suburb, whether it is in a condominium, or is it going to be single family or and so on. It's all up to you. And once you decide what you want, the search will initiate. Two different things. One, obviously, the search most of the time can be online, so you can set up systems to allow in filtering through to make sure that home that respond to your the desired characteristics are the one that you're going to be looking at. There might be cases where you make a decision that yeah, you want a particular home, yet you see another home that has features that you feel absolutely like, and then go for those homes. But once you find a house, obviously two things is this. One is you're gonna put what I call an offer. An offer is a set of documents, a purchase agreement, something about the seller property condition disclosure. You're gonna have a lot of different things, affiliated business arrangements in just where it applicable, and also your letter from your lender saying that you're ready. And once you find a house, the next step would be on writing an offer. Now, an offer is anything that you want to put on paper, send to the seller, and showing that you're interested in a house and any terms. So in return, once the offer is accepted, the seller would look into the term that you sent the offer for, and two things will happen. One is that the seller likes the offer and said yes, let's go for it, sign. Or the seller can decide, well, it's not bad of an offer, or it's good an offer. However, I like this modifications done or these terms. So the negotiation process would be most of the time, if it is a listed home, between the brokerages, the listing broker, and then the selling broker would be negotiating mutually on either one on behalf of the seller, one would be on behalf of the buyer, until the seller and the buyer find a term that they are mutually agreeable. In this case, it is signed, and you have what you call mutual agreement, which is a fully executed contract. So once you get a fully executed contract, that means you're moving to the next steps. And the next steps are two things. One is that a copy of that contract, obviously both parties will have it. And the second thing is the lender for the buyer will get a copy. The title company would also be aware, and then to start working on get a copy of the contract to start working on a title. So these are the two aspects of it. In other words, home buying process has different hurdles. One would be first of all to start negotiations. Second thing is where the lender will continue filtering through, looking at finances. The title company will continue looking at, any title issues to make sure it's all a marketable title before you close. And then obviously this other hurdle is in the case of inspections. Inspection are nothing more than having professionals who are trained in looking at a house, and the whole house, usually we say whole house, from structures to roof, and then all furnace, HVAC, and so on. Now, in a normal market where there's a done, you have the professional look at inspection. You're gonna write a report. You're gonna have obviously things that are okay with the house, or things that may need some attention, and sometimes you have what you call the a summary in which you have two aspects. One are the one that are defective, others are something that possibly you can handle once you close your house. So it's going to be a negotiation between the seller and the buyer in a way that both go and mutually agree on what are things to repair and what are things that each one can live with. And once it is done, the negotiations are done, then the title company do their work, the title is clear, and then showed marketable title, and the lender looked at the loan and everything looks good. You move to the next step, which is, you cleared to close, and now we're going to the closing table. Now, something a bit about the inspections in a market that is extremely, dynamic market like we have seen past couple of years or so, where there's a short supply of home, we had more buyers than existing, properties or homes. This creates really some sort of a very, very competitive market, and for buyers to win, uh, let's say, the contract or to win a house, some buyers come and waiving the inspections, others may have some different terms, providing maybe some closing costs and all these things. Um, with regard to the inspection aspect of it, here's one thing that's very interesting to know, that obviously waiving an inspection to win a contract obviously may have also implications. You can waive and then later on find out that there's some major defects in the house that needed some to be addressed. Now, two things is here. If you have absolutely have to waive just because you want to get a contract on a property to win a bid, I would always recommend the opportunity before closing to have home warranty, because then you can cover, for the 1 year you can cover your appliances, you can cover, aspect like HVACs and some other things. So there's many different packages on home warranty and options, so you can look at whichever option fits the needs. But obviously, it would be recommend have a home warranty if you have to, waive an inspection. What we normally recommend is, by all means, do your inspections. It's a peace of mind. So once you get everything's cleared, then the title company, lender, and in the aspect of inspections are covered, then you clear the close, and then obviously happy moments. Now a lot of papers to sign. I've seen quite a few buyers come in there where expectation in terms of the number of papers to be signed. But again, you're gonna have papers that are related to the title, papers that are related to the lender. So it's a whole package. And depending on the type of finances, the number of papers to sign may vary. Someone's buying cash, obviously, it may take shorter time in signing. Someone who is doing a sort of you know, either lending, like you can have FHA, you can have VA, you can have conventional, there's many different other ones, USDA. This, depending on type of loan, some of the number of papers to sign may vary, and terms may vary. So there's a lot of different options. The best thing is talk to your lender, and then obviously have a conversation often with the title company of choice. Your realtor working with you obviously will know how to help you through on what channel, and uh, while interacting with all the different actors, whether it is a lender, home inspections with a different professional within that, whether and then also the title company and the lender. So all is done, you get a close. Congratulations on getting your house. A couple of things to keep in mind, that your house is really one of the biggest investments. So if you have a house, take care of it, because if you take care of the house, you really nothing more than ensuring that it is in good conditions. Wherever you decide one day to sell it to get something bigger or to invest, it will be in such a satisfactory or good condition to allow you to get the most money out of it. If you purchase a home and obviously not have the maintenance required, what you call deferred maintenance, it can cost you money. One is where you're selling it, the buyers will have a lot of objection to it, and it may not be as attractive or show, creating such a buyer drive to buy a house, than compared with a house that is, held in really excellent conditions and so on. So keep in mind, your house is just an investment. That these are your assets. Take care of it, and at the end, it will be something of interest and it's going to be helpful to you if you decide one day to either sell it, or whatever you want to do with it, or rental. So this is just a quick run in terms of the home buying process. There's obviously a lot to it. We'd love to hear your comments, questions, anything that might have. Also, if you have any particular topic that you feel we can address or we can cover, feel free to post it. Like also like us in the Facebooks and also in our videos. And we look forward to getting another topic of interest. Again, make it yours and give us any additional areas that we need to cover. Until then, thank you for viewing and look forward to bringing you another topic of interest. Bye bye.